What up, gang? We're back with another episode of the Offseason Explained from our eyes. Jay and I are pretty simple guys. Really is the simple things that can bring us the most joy. Simple stuff like a clean force free double play, sweet drag bun up the line, butter on toast, slaps harder than almost anything at certain points. What's not simple, and I can't stress this enough, is the Detroit Tigers. Tarek Skubal, baseball's best pitcher for arguably the past 2.5 seasons, finally being awarded his arbitration requested amount after being lowballed as if it were the Tigers doing him a favor. That's a real hard slap that wasn't buttered toast. It was assuming the respect was going to be acknowledged by the Tigers front office, and I guess that respect first went to, in the late hours of last night, Framber Valdez, the pitcher who allegedly, intentionally, crossed up his catcher, has been immensely rewarded with the highest AAV for a left-hander ever. The big kitty signed him late last night to a 3-year deal for $115 million. That's 38.33 repeating AAV. I almost want to potentially say that there's some hitting meaning behind this, or it might have just been not Tarek's fault, but Boris's fault. Kind of like, screw you to Boris, signed the Tigers. I mean, he's still got his money, but that's just for this year. He's a free agent next year. He's going to get, who knows what the hell he's going to get next year, because who knows if there's going to be baseball. So, you know what? Perhaps it's really a slap of buttered toast to Boris and not Tarek, and I'm happy that Tarek got paid. Let's end this rant here. Pick it up later on this week's episode of Drunks in the Pod. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and you know the usual. Stay drunk.
Cheers, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, I have big news. This is the last off-season pod, because the next time that you will see us, pitchers and catchers will have reported and the spring training workouts will have begun. We are officially, I think, 1 week away from the return of baseball. And my God, what an off-season. And you know, Richie gave a quick rundown at the beginning, but it's only fair to dive into it a little further. Framber Valdez went to the Tigers for $38 million, and I find that extremely funny when you think about the point where the Tigers took Skubal to arbitration for $19 million, and obviously they lost. Now they're paying him. Yeah, obviously. Now they're paying him $32 million. But even before the court decided, they were like, we're going to give Valdez this $38 million contract. Paying your number 2 pitcher more than your ace is certainly a choice. And especially in your ace's walk year, I would love to say that I understand what the Tigers are doing. And I do have an idea, because when you look at it, they are still a very good team, and they only got better. That being said, you are officially in a position where it's World Series or bust. Because now that you know Skubal's gone after this year, like, you just offered him $19 million arbitration. And he was like, you can shove that square up your ass. And if you think I'm returning, you are out of your mind unless you overpay. So you're at a point now where, you know, if you suck at the deadline, you're going to have to flip them. Like, you can't make the same mistake the Angels did when Shohei was in his walk year, being like, no, we're going to keep him. Like, okay, that's fine, but you shouldn't do that. Like, if the Tigers are in like 4th place and it's looking bad, Skubal's got to go. Like, you need to get a king's ransom while he's still in your uniform. Because if you're like, well, you know, maybe we can make up the game.
Don't forget, they didn't even win the Central.
No, which is...
They failed hard at the end of the season. Because Tarek is the reason they even got to that point.
Like, I find it so funny. Like, and even if you're still in it at the deadline, you have to make a move, because not move Skubal, but you need to make sure that this team, if they get to the World Series, like, you're obviously facing someone out of the NL. Let's just get that out of the way. High chance it could be the Dodgers. High chance it could be the Phillies. It could be the Mets. It could be any one of them.
Just say the
But, like,
Dodgers or the NL East.
yeah, like, you need to bolster that lineup as much as you can, because if you go all the way and you lose, maybe you can talk Skubal into, like, dude, we were right there. Like, we almost had him. But I think this arbitration hearing kind of put the nail in the coffin for this. I think, like, I don't know how Skubal can look at them and be like, yeah, I'm willing to listen to an offer. Like, okay, dude, get ready to hear $110 million over the next 7 years. Good luck to you, brother.
Hey, there might be one reason that he'll listen, and it's not the MM from Detroit. It's not Eminem. It's a different McGonagall that might make him want to stay.
I don't know. If
I know.
you were going to tell me over millions
I know.
or a top prospect, I'd be like, dude, listen, like, I've been in this game a long time. I've seen prospects come and go. You know what doesn't come and go that fast? $300 million.
He will be the highest AAV left-hander when he hits the market. But you said it 100% correctly. Do not pull an Angels. Do not trade him, or do not trade him if you're ass. Get rid of him. Get something in return. Because really, a compensation pick? Cool. If you guys are on the line, you're not going to have a great compensation pick. You're only getting a great compensation pick if you're dead ass last. So, if you really think that there's any shot that he might still want to be a Tiger, talk to him in the offseason after you trade him. Get something and potentially get him back. I mean, get something. You can get a hell of a lot for what? Back-to-back Triple Crown winners?
Like, dude, I got to be honest with you. I think this Framber Valdez contract, where he's making 38.3 repeating for the next 3 years,
Ridiculous.
Skubal's going to look at that and be like, I'm better than Framber, and you're paying him that? Brother, what do you think my number even starts with?
Dude, he's going to say, I'm better than Bo Bichette.
Like, you think I'm settling for a 3 when I'm this team's ace? Brother, that number starts with a 4. No, not 5. No, he ain't going to go 50 million. No, he won't. No.
3 years,
nah, he's No, I'll say for Skubal seems like the type where he's going to sign like a good 4 or 5 year deal. But I think he's going to get like, he's going to sit around like 40, 45, 46 AAV.
In my opinion, Skubal's much more valuable to a team than Bo Bichette.
Oh, by far.
So I can only be assured that he's going to make more than Bo Bichette, which is baseball's second highest AAV. First highest is Ratface, Kyle Tucker.
Yep.
Which is
I don't even want to talk about that contract.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, Skubal should make more AAV than both of them.
He should, but I don't think he will. Like, I think Skubal's number is going to come in around maybe like 5 for 200 million, which will put him in like the 40 mil range, or he could go 4 years for 144, which puts him at 46 million a year. I mean, either way, his number's going to be high. There's no doubt about that.
He will be the highest paid pitcher
until Skeens gets his. But yeah. I mean, it's funny because I was talking to friend of the pod, Cold of Baseball, about this, and we were just kind of talking about like, all right, well, what's the possible move for Skubal? And we were talking teams, and he brought up Oakland as an interesting choice. And obviously Oakland doesn't have a team.
Or money.
Sacramento has a team, but
Yeah.
like, he was like, well, how do you feel about Oakland? And I was like, well, listen, Oakland's definitely got the prospect pool to make a move. But we know John Fisher well enough that even if he did make that move, he is not going to sign him for that much money. Like, when have we ever seen John Fisher spend like that? And, I think the unfortunate thing is that majority of us already have a feeling of where he's going because, like, even if you put aside the money they have, when you look at the prospect pool, like, they're top 3 in baseball. Again, like, back-to-back World Series winners, top 3 farm system, biggest budget in all of baseball. How do you not get the feeling that he's a Dodger? Like, the first thing you look at is, like, do they need him in the rotation? Brother, I certainly have news for you. They do not need him. But
No.
if you don't think that they would talk Shohei into a strictly DH role and throw Skubal as the ace, you are highly mistaken of what the Dodgers franchise is capable of. Like, did we not just see them sign Edwin Diaz and Kyle Tucker? Like, why are we trying to say, like, the Dodgers wouldn't make this kind of move? This is the type of move the Dodgers would absolutely 120% make.
Yeah.
And if the Tigers are in a bad position come the deadline and they're like, all right, dude, like, there's no shot, we got to sell them. Who do you think is calling the Tigers first? And they're going to offer up their prospects because God knows Dodgers call up prospects and they all hit. Like, you're pretty much like you're building the future Tigers around, shout out Delco boy Kev McGonigal.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we need to accept the fact that when the time comes where he either hits free agency or he gets traded, the Dodgers are going to be one of the first people on the phone.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, no, we know about the Dodgers. They probably already contacted him in some way, shape, or form. I know illegal, but whatever. Think that matters? I mean, there are reasons that baseball's going to strike, so just shut up. Don't come at me with that. Just shut up. I'm kidding. I'm on one tonight. This whole thing about Skubal still being completely disrespected by his franchise just really ticks me off. Speaking of friends on the pod, though, hey, Utah Street, really, really sorry you guys didn't get Framber because that was the expected landing for him since, I don't know, August last year. Like, I'm really sorry because everyone at the end of last night was like, when the hell were the Tigers even involved in talks? Tigers weren't on the radar. So, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you still don't have a number 2.
Let me say this. I'm not sorry. Rich can be sorry, but I am not sorry. And let me tell you why. How long was he a free agent?
Correct.
How long was he on the market? Plenty of teams had time to make a move for him. Like, when you saw all these big names coming off, you should have been phoning it in to be like, all right, listen, we need an ace or an ace type pitcher. Framber's still out there. Like, we need to figure out how we can get him here. Like, Baltimore had a chance as well as the other franchises in the league. And I don't understand why they waited so long unless they're that comfortable with what they have. I mean, Kyle Bradish has the stuff. I'm interested to see how he goes this season. But, like, how much faith do you really have in the rest of that rotation? Because from what it seems like, there is not a lot of faith. And, when we look at free agents that are still out there, there's still some interesting names. Like, Lucas Giolito is very interesting. He pitched well in the summer of last year, but he did have his moments where he was shaky. Chris Bassett's still hanging around. Zach Gallen's still out there. I mean, Zach Gallen had a down year last year, but besides that, he's been very solid as a starting pitcher. Mind you, it does come with a qualifying offer, so you're going to have to I think it's either pay in draft picks or you pay in cash. But, like, For a starting pitcher of Zach Gallen's caliber, you should be all in on that. Like, I like what Baltimore has done so far, but I do not think that you can take this rotation into the season. Like, you need to make a move. Do I think someone like Justin Verlander or Max Scherzer could help in some capacity? Maybe. But, like, I don't see the confidence in this rotation going forward.
I mean, you also traded away what was your number one in Grayson Rodriguez. Granted, injury prone. We get that. Sent him to a team that is held together by band-aids and spit. So I guess that makes sense. But like R95 crew, man, it's just both of our off seasons have been completely lackluster, except for one move. Our move wasn't even a move; it was retention. We just retained Schwarber, and I don't even want to consider retaining JT a big move. That was a necessity because what other option was there? We can't go into the season with two and a half string catchers. I mean, they're not third string, but they're not officially twos in anyone's book. They're 2.5. They're quad A catchers. And the O's, they signed Pete, got Alonso for a good chunk of change, and they got Taylor Ward. That was in the Grayson Rodriguez deal, right? It was 1-for-1, right?
Yeah, 1-for-1.
Yeah, the Angels love doing 1-for-1 deals.
They love signing one-star players even more. Like, it's still insane to me that they saw what Jordan Romano did last year, and they were like, we want you to come to LA and do it again. Jordan Romano should not be pitching in the MLB ever. Like, this is someone that, like, I mean, I would have to assume so. Like, you're not going to sign Jordan Romano and be like, you're going to go to AAA and close games. Like, no, you're going to use him in the Major League bullpen. And then when he starts getting tattooed, you're going to be like, huh. So maybe it wasn't just a coincidence that he got absolutely tattooed in Philadelphia. It drives me up the wall.
That one is bananas. Bananas. But, like, then they also signed Kenley Jansen, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Kenley has not had bad seasons. Kenley is on his way to the Hall of Fame. And maybe this is his ACDC, let him ride off into the sunset on your color TV screen. I don't know, because I think it was just a 1-year deal for Kenley.
I'm sorry, no. Kenley Jansen is a Detroit Tiger. He was an Angel last year.
Shoot.
I was wrong about that, yes.
I could have sworn they just...
Funny thing is, he's actually the favorite to open as the Tigers closer for the season. So,
they had
something very interesting to keep your eye on. Kenley was with the Angels last year in 2025. Let's pull
Tigers, I thought they had a solid closer. I thought they had a good closer, a reliable guy.
They had Will Vest and Jason Foley. I think they were like split in time.
You might be right.
I mean, truth be told, Kenley had a pretty solid year. I mean,
yeah, because I would say stress-free.
It was definitely better than his years in Boston. Like, he went 5-4. He pitched to a 2.59 ERA, struck out 57, had 29 saves. So, I mean, definitely worth taking a flyer on Kenley. If he can get back to that form, then you have a very good closer on, as I say again, a World Series or bust team.
Speaking of closers, two things come to mind. Aroldis Chapman got denied the right to pitch for Great Britain because they couldn't prove lineage, or he couldn't prove lineage in time.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he couldn't prove his lineage.
How comical and just weird that you just couldn't do it. It's like it almost feels like a lot of these guys are like, I'm gonna play for them this year. It's cool. They won't care. Like how Arenado is playing for Puerto Rico. Except the past 2 World Baseball Classics, he's been Team USA. Except he might not even play because Puerto Rico might not play, period, in the WBC, which I don't know if they can't play, if they get completely restructured in the pools, or it's just that pool is short one team. I don't know how that works if the whole team just drops out.
Yeah.
Someone else get put in, they get another team. But then again, you have an even bigger issue with rapid, quick visas.
There's definitely a lot of weird surrounding the WBC so far. And the Chapman one is kind of funny because, like, we talk about a guy who's got the nickname the Cuban Missile. And he's like, I'm going to pitch for Great Britain. And everyone's like, huh? Like, what did you just say? Like, that's like calling me the Hispanic savior. And I'm like, Team USA all the way.
Yeah.
It's a lot of questions to be asked about that.
Yeah.
But like, even like outside of the whole like nickname thing and Aroldis Chapman's issues, I did see something. Francisco Lindor's not even in the WBC this year. Like, he's staying out of it. Mike Trout, Captain America. Listen, I'm going to get a little sentimental here because it's genuinely hard to imagine a Team USA squad that doesn't feature Mike Trout. And, you know, we're talking about a player that, Christ, we've been watching since I was in my late teens. Like, now I'm in my early 30s and I'm like, holy dude, like, we're closer to the end of Mike Trout's career than we are at the beginning. And, you know, like, a lot of people are just like, well, Mike Trout's not the same player he was and all that. Yeah, that's fair to say. But do we not remember how great he was when he was on top of baseball? Like,
I mean, most people know he's still a first ballot Hall of Fame.
There's no doubt about it. Like, it's just crazy the amount of disrespect that surrounds Mike Trout now. Why? Because Mike Trout has back issues from carrying the Angels for 10 years? Like, are we really surprised? If Shohei was there longer, Shohei would have back issues.
An angel means that you passed on and you've gone and ascended to heaven. So the way that I look at it is Mike Trout has officially grown tired of carrying the ghost of a franchise. Like, the Angels stopped caring basically the year that Mike Trout came up, because that's the last time he was in the playoffs. Or maybe it was the second year. But neither here nor there. It's been way too long since he's been in the playoffs. It's just that franchise has not cared about anything except raking in the money from Mike Trout, from Shohei, from Pujols when they had him, because I can't name a single pitcher that truly mattered. So it's basically those three guys, and I guess you could say the carcass of Rendon. Because other than that, how much support have they really given him? What have they done for Mike Trout to make Mike Trout truly feel that he's wanted, he's needed, he's loved, and he's being taken care of?
I mean, the Angels have definitely made moves to try and, like, help him. I mean,
it's always hurt guys.
They did bring in an aging Albert Pujols, but Pujols had great years in LA. Like, you can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
They tried to bring in Josh Hamilton, who was having a resurgence. So, like, obviously Josh Hamilton, what, to his issues or the resurgence?
No, was that prior to Trout?
I thought that was like, let me take a look.
Early 2010s, dude. And Trout came up in 12.
So he was there 13 and 14. And then I'm pretty sure. And then Mike Trout was there 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so he was there at the same time as Josh Hamilton.
Okay. I stand corrected. Coming up in 12.
Like, they still had, I think Jared Weaver was still pitching at that point. They went out, they tried to.
Yeah.
Like they went out, they tried to get CJ Wilson, who was having a good year with Texas, came over to LA.
Great.
That was a dumpster fire. Like, there's definitely more out there. Like,
they've tried and tried and tried and tried, and every single person has failed except for Shohei.
Like, it's like, I would love to sit here and like bash the Angels and be like, they never gave him any help. Like, they tried. Like, they were out there getting like all-stars into this lineup.
You're right. You're right. Let me rephrase. It's not that they didn't try. It's just they didn't care to ever ask for a goddamn physical.
That is a point that can be very well made.
Who did they just sign where they didn't even ask for a physical?
Oh my God. Oh, Christ.
Was that the Grayson Rodriguez trade?
Yeah. That was definitely it because
Which is
I
even
think
better.
because I think the Orioles like even asked them. It's like, do you want them to do a physical? They're like, no, we'll take them. Like Grayson Rodriguez shows up to camp with his arm missing. The Angels are like, when'd you lose that? He's like, I lost this in like November. He's like, shit, maybe we should have did that physical.
We didn't even do a Zoom.
He's like, that may be our bad.
This is when the Angels like top brass are just sitting up top and they're like, that one's on us. Oops.
Like,
You are right though. They've tried. They have tried. But every single try has ended up where it's like Mike's like, God damn it, my back hurts. My back hurts so bad.
the funniest thing is that like it's not even just injuries that have taken down the Angels signings. Like CJ Wilson, yes, got hurt. You look at Josh Hamilton. Josh Hamilton relapsed.
Josh Hamilton's
look
supposed to
at-
come down.
You look at Anthony Rendon. He showed up in LA, was like, I actually don't want to play baseball. They've had the worst luck with free agents that it's kind of comical at this point. Like they got to look at players and be like, this guy's got a clean bill of health. Welcome Anthony Rendon. He's like, you know what I've decided? I really don't care about playing baseball anymore. And they're like, it's like, now what do we do? But like,
you got their owner going, how much did we pay him to not care? What? And then the year before his contract ends, so like, we got to go. Let him go. We paid him enough.
like, I mean,
But like,
not to crap on the Angels though. Like they definitely have pieces. Like Zach Neto is a very good shortstop. Joe
Yes.
Adell, who, God bless Joe Adell, and I'm bringing this up because there was an episode we recorded. It had to be in our early run where I asked you if Joe Adell's failing was an Angels problem or if it was on Joe Adell. And we both agreed that, like, no, this is definitely like an Angels problem. Joe Adell finally breaks out last year, hits 37 home runs, tees off on the ball.
Almost completely like under the radar too.
Like if Joe Adell keeps it moving, Zach Neto gets better. Mike Trout, knock on wood, healthy 2026. Logan O'Hoppe has a resurgence 2020. This could be a very good offense. Pitching staff leaves a lot to be desired, but like it's slow steps in the right direction.
You're also forgetting there was one person who didn't even play for them that truly hurt this team. That's Matt Harvey.
Yeah.
Sorry, Thomas Gags. That's on Matt Harvey. Dark Knight, my ass.
Wonder what he's up to. I'll just send him a DM. Like, yo, going on, big dog? How you doing?
You live within 500 feet of schools?
But shout out Mike Trout not being on the WBC, hoping for a healthy 2026.
Let's not forget the last WBC. Not Captain America, but Lieutenant America. It's Trey Turner.
Yeah, he had a big WBC. Very big WBC.
If anything, I'm very happy the torch was passed to Bobby Witt Jr. though. It well deserved. I can't see him not thriving. Trey Turner might have a very good back-to-back seasons because he's only focusing on Phillies, and it's fine by me. No qualms.
The one thing I do want to bring up, and I just saw the jersey got released. Bryce Harper rocking number 24 Team USA jersey is the cleanest jersey I have ever seen. And I'm going to look on DHgate because I'm not giving a single cent to Fanatics from this point on for a Team USA Harper jersey because that is so clean.
They're all Nike.
I still don't trust whoever's making them. Because if it all circles back to Fanatics, not doing it. I want a stitched Harper USA jersey. not some cheap
Yeah.
pressed on from Michael Suck-ass Rubin.
So I believe next week we will have all the jerseys released. I looked today and not all of them are released. Hopefully we don't get that Microsoft Paint Great Britain jersey again, where it's literally falling apart as Manimal is pitching. Great
They were
hitting.
bad. Honestly,
Great hitting.
I think they should just bring them back for the vibes.
Honestly, it'd be hilarious. It's a power move.
Just completely double down on it. Be like, you guys trashed us for this? Guess what? We're back. I'd be like, you know what, dude? Like, props to you for seeing that jersey and making zero changes. Way to roll with the punches.
So what? Our prince is on the Epstein list. Your president is. Look at our jerseys. They suck. Wait, who are you trying to offend there? No one? Okay.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa. I don't know if this is breaking news or not, but this is very interesting. This just popped up. So, circling back to Baltimore real quick, this is insane. Jonathan Scope was arrested last week on suspicion of illegal weapons possessions, per reports from Dutch news outlets and Curaçao Public Prosecution Services. The former MLB infielder was slated to play for Netherlands in the upcoming World Baseball Classic.
Oops.
Wow. That is certainly a choice.
Hey, how else do you pay for first class tickets to the WBC? Be a kingpin.
Holy
shit. That's wild. I read that earlier. That is a crazy story.
Like, that is actually the most insane thing I think I've ever read in my life.
Who was it a couple months ago that pulled an RPG out? I'll have to find it.
You got me on that one.
I'll have to find it. It's either in our notes or, well, we talked about it. Crazy.
That's probably the most insane thing I've read today. Shout out Jonathan Scope.
That's a wild one.
That just gave me a great nickname for him. Jonathan, don't drop the soap, Scope.
Jonathan, I'm looking at you through the scope.
Scopey. Good luck, brother. See you when you get out.
Scope X2.
That's certainly a choice.
Gamer tag. It's a gamer tag. Scope X2. That's absurd. That's a wild, dude. That popped up earlier. I think in my Instagram, and I was like, "What? That's not healthy." So, yeah, that's just wild. So we've spent a lot of time this episode talking about bullpens and pitching in general, but let's give a quick shout out to a legend. 17-year career, David Robertson. Hanging up the cleats. Good for you, bud. Hell of a ride. 3-time Philly. No time love in South Philly. But great job, man. I've always appreciated what you did. You were a hell of a pitcher for a lot of years. It's just a shame we caught you on your bad ones. D-Rob, enjoy your retirement.
Shout out D-Rob. Always appreciate a nice D-Rob outing. Certainly gave us our moments in 2022. Man, I gotta be honest. I spent a lot of time crapping on the Phillies for running it back, and I think it's fair to slander them for them being like, we're not running it back, we're doing all these moves, and here come the Phillies.
Well, you are.
And now we're a week out from pitchers and catchers, and we're looking at the roster like, dude, we're running it back. There have been a lot of questionable moves made. I don't think they should have re-signed JT Realmuto. I wish they would have went out and traded for Ryan Jeffers. You already made 2 trades with the Twins. I feel like you could have got Ryan Jeffers for a couple prospects, maybe Bone. It's very tough. But at the same time, I do have faith in the Phillies because, one, you have Bryce Harper at first base, who is still an elite player no matter what Dave Dombrowski says. Bryson Stott should be a multi-time Gold Glove second baseman because he's just stellar at that position. Trey Turner's arguably a top 5 shortstop in all of baseball. As much as I slander Alec Boehm's name, he's still one of the better hitters at times. And, to make up for my previous slandering, there were a couple months last year where he did hit almost 300. Brandon Marsh, another guy that gets slandered a lot, but he crushes righty pitchers. He has work to be done with lefties, which is why, me personally, I'd be fine platooning him with Brian De La Cruz, who won the Dominican Winter League MVP. Like, a lot of faith there. I've said it multiple times. I'll stick with it forever. I am a huge Justin Crawford believer, and,
You've
people
never said
don't want to hear it, but it needs to be said. You're not going to get Justin Crawford elite at the start of his career. Very rarely do players come up and you're just like, wow, like, he's incredible. This is you're going to hate him for a little bit.
you
His
can
plate
count on one
approach,
hand how many players have done that in the past 10 years.
yeah, like,
So I agree with you.
you're going to hate his approach because, as friend Mark said, he even said it. He's like, you're going to see those first two pitches, one get fouled off and one watch, and you're going to see him go 0-2 in the count, and you'll be like, here we go. But Justin Crawford's the type of player who can take that 0-2 count, turn it into a 3-2 battling, draw a walk. And then you're going to see him steal bases, and you'll be like, oh my God, he's the greatest person ever. Give him time. He'll adapt. He'll get better. Justin Crawford, I'm so set.
So,
And then we
real
get
quick,
to
since you're on Crawford, I meant to ask you this last time we talked extensively about him. Would you compare him? Would you compare him to a Chandler Simpson, except with more?
No, I wouldn't say Chandler Simpson. Chandler Simpson, it's a very close comparison. I will give you that. I think what it boils down to is Chandler Simpson is faster. Crawford's fast, but Chandler Simpson's just a whole nother level of elite speed.
Not many people are faster.
No, I don't think anyone's faster than Simpson at this point. Simpson can hit the ball just about the same way Crawford does. Like,
But both slap hitters, right?
Yeah, like, they're going to put the ball on the ground and they're going to try and beat the throw out, which honestly, majority of the time they do. It's very comparable, but I do think that there's a little bit more power in Justin Crawford's bat. And I do think I think Crawford's got a very good chance of being a multi-Gold Glove winning center fielder. Like, he takes bad routes to ball, which obviously is not the greatest start to this sentence. Like, you're going to see him take a route and you go, where the hell is he going? But he's got enough speed and turnaround that he can still get to the ball.
Much like Rojas.
Yeah, he's Johan Rojas in center field. Like,
but did you know? I meant to send you this article. I read it 2 days ago at work. Do you know who Justin Crawford's been working with in the offseason?
Who's been working with?
Crawford.
Yeah, I did. Christ, you don't have to say the name. It's not coming to me.
You just made me blank on his name. Eric Davis.
Yes.
I mean, one of the more elite defensive outfielders all time.
Yeah, like, who would you rather him hang out with?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for all the tips. I have to take this all to heart because you know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, like, Justin Crawford's hanging out with Eric Davis, no problem. Matter of fact, stay with him for a while.
Yeah.
But like, obviously it's a wait and see with Crawford.
When do you report? Okay, the day after.
Take that last day. And then, we got to talk about Adolis Garcia, right? And, we said it last week. Like, sometimes a change of scenery is more important than a lot of people think.
Upside.
And, like, you put Adolis Garcia in a hitter's ballpark, dude, like, it's crazy to think that we could be looking at a lot of home runs reaching that second deck by where the scoreboard is. Because, like, if he gets a pitch that he can just crush, those balls are going. There is a lot of power in this dude.
This is the best left field he's ever going to have for a home ballpark.
Yeah, by far.
I mean, Texas, it's a big field. And then he also played in St. Louis. It's not that it's a big field. It's just, it's almost more pitcher friendly than hitter
St. Louis is
friendly,
definitely pitcher friendly. Yes.
but they get lucky and they have the guys who can hit the ball. Well, they used to. Now the Cardinals are just cheeks. But
Got some prospects.
yeah, cool. Victor Scott II, cool. Alec Burleson, okay, cool. He's been a prospect for 11 years.
Go on.
Dylan Carlson, prospect for what? 16 years. Who the hell else do they have? That's a prospect and has been a prospect forever. The rest of the team, besides Arenado and Woods Contreras, they have that they've screwed up. It's
So,
just, it's a
what were you
weird
saying
franchise
about
now,
it?
dude. Adolis Garcia, I'm very happy to see what he can do in the definition of a hitter-friendly ball. So, let's just look at what it is. Left field, as you said, there he might touch the scoreboard. He might give himself some broken chicklets on that screen. Like, the dude is a freak when you look at him. I don't ever want to see him without a helmet again or a hat. His head is crazy, but he's a goddamn unit. Like, he looks like a wrestler. His arms are disgustingly huge, but he's one of the most agile outfielders I've ever seen. I'm not saying he's the fastest. I'm not saying he's the cleanest route runner, but the dude picks it, knows what he's doing. And I really do think this, as you said, change of scenery could do a hell of a lot. I mean, look what happened for Bader last year. Coming into this atmosphere, that ballpark, he looked like he belonged. He looked like he belonged. Does belong. Sorry, he's too busy hanging out in San Francisco. That one baffles me and will forever baffle me.
Yeah.
That just a weird one. If no one understood what Jay and I just solemnly and very, very sadly agreed to, was Harrison Bader signed with the Gigantes out in San Francisco. Not a big deal. He knew he wasn't getting a big deal, but you'll be missed. It's official. You will not be a Philly in 2026. The deadline is real. Look at the deadline. It might happen. But yes, I think Garcia was a fine pickup at a great price. As I said a few episodes ago, probably like 6 weeks ago, you signed him at league minimum for a veteran. 10 mil. That's basically minimum wage. Can't
Well,
complain
I
about
mean,
that.
I wouldn't even say it's minimum wage now, but some of the contracts getting handed out, like
Oh, yeah.
Isaiah Kiner Falefa just signed for $6 million on a year, and
With the
I'm
Red
not
Sox,
comparing
right?
the two because but like there's not
There's
much,
no
and
comparison.
like one thing I don't want to do is crap on the guy, but like
IKF
Isaiah
isn't a
Kiner
star.
Falefa does not do. When we talk about like one tool guys, there's a handful that come to mind. There's not much Isaiah kind of Falefa really does well. Like, he does have a gold glove, I think. But, like, I think it's just one, and I think he got it years ago. So he's been
With
in the league
Texas,
since... Yeah. Like, he's been in the league for 8 years. In awards, he has one gold glove, and he got it in 2020, in the COVID year. And, we crap on the Dodgers for winning the World Series that year, considering
wait,
it not a real season.
the Mickey Mouse
Isaiah
season?
Falefa won his gold glove in the Mickey Mouse season. So it's like...
Okay, but wait.
uh,
IKF has more gold gloves than Chase Utley.
if Chase Utley doesn't have a single one, then you would be correct. Yes, he has more gold gloves than Chase Utley. It's insane, ain't it?
And his gold glove is diseased.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But, I mean, he signed for $6 million, brother. It speaks volumes.
6 mil
I,
for IKF. What position is he going to play in Boston? They have 82 infielders and 64 outfielders.
reports say that he's going to play in the field, so
You mean baseball? It's going to play baseball?
confirmed will be on the diamond.
Whoa!
That's the breaking
Stop
news
it.
of the night.
Stop it.
Isaiah Kiner Falefa will be paid $6 million to play baseball.
Stop it.
You heard it here first.
I hate it here. I hate it here so much. God, that is so stupid. He literally is. Where's he going to play? In the field.
Rich,
Yeah, because he's not going to be their DH.
Rich, I have a question for you.
All right, fine.
You get home from work. You want to throw something together real quick to eat. What are you going for?
Easy. Always easy. I'm going for a Wolfgangs Weenie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wolfgangs Weenie of the Week segment, presented by Wolfgangs Wieners. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous weenie. The weenie of the week is none other than Emmanuel Clase, former closer for your Cleveland Guardians. And the reason why he is winning Weenie of the Week, as reported today, actually, this was actually kind of close for a little bit. I was going to give it to Baltimore for letting Framber slip away, and then the article about Clase dropped, and I was like, no, brother, there's never been more of a guy deserving for this award. And
Wolfgang hit us up in the group chat personally, because obviously we're cool like that. But he hit us up in the group chat and was like, so guys, what do you got for the Weenie of the Week? We're like, I mean, we're probably leading with Framber. I mean, that was yesterday's news, but like, we still know, like, it's early on, obviously Thursday as we're recording. It's early in the day. It's got to be Framber. I mean, nothing else really happened. And then Jay, as he said, we got hit with this glorious fat two-handed wiener. Jay, how bad is this wiener?
Emmanuel Clase, if you have not heard the news, you're hearing it here. In the past 2 years, we'll say, he has thrown at least 48 games worth of pitches. Now, what I mean by that is there are some betting sites, I'm not sure which ones, where you can bet on whether or not a pitcher will throw a strike or a ball as a first pitch to whatever batter. And somebody out there was making these bets on either Clase's behalf or Clase's knowing, and he was intentionally throwing bad pitches that were getting called either balls or strikes. Majority of the time it was a ball. The funny thing about that is you can go and find some of these bad pitches, and like, these are terrible pitches that are thrown. There's at least 2 or 3 batters who are swinging at these pitches and just totally destroying these bets, which is just even more funny. But it's pretty much been found that he is guilty, and
these are all suspected. This is still an ongoing investigation.
No, it is very ongoing, but the fact that they found 48 games where this kind of thing has happened in the past 2 years, mind you.
That means that he's thrown completely 48 disastrous first pitches that everyone's like, there's no way that's real.
Like, it's genuinely insane. And, you know, I think the one thing that really gets overlooked about Emmanuel Clase is, like, he did get suspended all of 2020 for a PED suspension. Like, so yeah, like, not only should we have probably seen something like this coming, well, not the gambling, but like a suspension. I mean, if it's on your record, could have been a repeat offender, but no, it's not looking good for our boy Emmanuel Clase, and it's only right that before he goes to jail for however long, he wins the Wolfgang Weenie of the Week. So, round of applause for Emmanuel Clase, Wolfgang Weenie of the Week. Brother,
That was a good one.
That's a long fall from grace.
He was the most elite closer in 2024 we have seen since Eric Gagne's Cy Young season and Brad Lidge's perfect season. And then 25, he started off bad. I think he had a 6 ERA until like end of May, maybe June. And then I think it was right after the All-Star break, they were like, "You're suspended." And everyone was like, "What the hell happened?" And then it was like, "Wait, what? The most elite
like that.
closer we've had is throwing games?" But he didn't. He gave up 6 runs last year. How is he throwing games? He's not throwing games. He's throwing. Technically, I guess the way you would say it is he's throwing strikes
Yeah.
because he should be throwing a strike, and he's throwing a ball that bounces 7.5 feet before the plate, and Javi Baez still swung.
Yeah,
Dude, it's such a wild story. And then his teammate, which I can't remember his name, is also part of that suspension too.
Let me see if I can pull up the other guy, Luis Ortiz. That's it.
Yes, yeah, I knew it was without being disrespectful, I knew it was a generic name.
Yeah, but we haven't heard much on the Ortiz front. But I feel like
because he's not Emmanuel Clase.
I feel like he may get a Weenie of the Week award in the near future when he catches that MLB indefinite ban. That's a highly possible thing.
You mean when he's sitting there singing and Emmanuel put him up to it?
It's gonna be a court session for the ages. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest to you. But
let's make sure we both take the day off work and watch that court session on C-SPAN.
But there's only one thing that I'm looking forward to more than that court appearance, and that is the February Weenie of the month. And when Mr. Wolfgang called me on this, and he said, "Baseball season's back, Jay," and I was like, "It certainly is, sir." He's like, "I'm between hot dogs. You know, I want to do one for Valentine's Day for the couples." I was like, "Listen, man, that's very kind of you. This is a baseball channel." I said, "People are here for the ball talk. They're here for the laughter." He's like, "You are absolutely right." That's why the Weenie of the month is the Spring Training Frank. It is just a classic hot dog, soft white bun. You want to know what's on this beautiful thing? Guess what? I'm going to tell you anyway. Straight yellow mustard. Delicious. Who's batting second? Some relish. Not bad. You know who's topping off this lineup? Crispy onions. I got to tell you, when he told me that lineup, I said, "Mr. Wolfgang, can we throw these things in the hot dog itself? Like, can we make a loaded hot dog?" He said, "Jay, that's insane. I don't think the people are ready for it." And I said, "You know what? You're probably right. I don't think the people are ready either." So when you go to your local Wolfgang's restaurant, you make sure that you go in and you get the Spring Training Frank. Brought to you by Wolfgang's Wieners. Slapping wieners in buns since 1901. If you're going to put a wiener in your mouth, make it a Wolfgang's.
That's it. If anything, I don't think we're ever going to have a better ad read because I really do feel like Wolfgang's, number one, they treat us so well.
Yes.
And on top of that, like, dude, you said it best. We're ball talk, not wieners.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa. We can't go slandering the ween dog, all right?
We don't. No, we don't. You misinterpreted what I meant. We don't debate. We don't put opinions on wiener talk.
Okay. All right. That's the way it needed to be said. I mean, I called it off as slander at first. I just needed to make sure that we weren't trashing Mr. Wolfgang.
Yeah. Take the wiener out your ear and listen, man. We're ball talk, not wiener talk. The only reason that we're not wiener talk in reality is because there's no talking about any other wiener but a Wolfgang's win.
That is facts. That is 100% fact.
It's that easy. So I don't want to hear about your Hebrew national, not Team Israel. I don't want to hear about your Nathan's. No. I don't want to hear about your ballpark Frank. I don't want to hear about your Fenway Frank. Wolfgangs Wieners and bust. Or bust.
Listen, we are proud Wolfgang sponsors, and I am down for a Wolfgangs. Whenever the grill gets turned on this summer, and someone's like, "Jay, you making hot dogs?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? You think that I would show up to a hot grill without some Wolfgangs? Are you out of your goddamn mind? What are we talking about here?
That's just
You think that I
blasphemous.
would? You think I'd show up without the ween dogs? Come on, son. Come on. Do you know us? Do you know that when the grill's on, there's a 99% chance that there's a Wolfgangs on it? Stop the
Dude,
blasphemy.
even if I'm making dinner for the family and I'm doing barbecue chicken, steaks on the grill, I'm still throwing one Wolfgang on for myself.
Always gotta have a Wolfgang in there. Always.
Yeah, man. You know why? Because I eat that while I'm cooking.
Honestly, choking down a Wolfgangs as your appetizer? Dude, it gets no better. Matter of fact, I may go upstairs after this, throw a pan on the stove, throw a couple Wolfgangs in there. Quick dinner.
Yeah,
But
dude.
I do think that it is about that time that we hop into the ninth inning with our final thoughts.
Indeed.
And Richie, would you like to go first, or how would you like to proceed?
You know what? I would like to go first.
Okay. The floor is yours.
This is something that I read earlier, and it didn't thrill me. It actually kind of just like really ticked me off. And I know why. Like, it's not something that personally affects me whatsoever, or it doesn't affect you whatsoever. But I know once I say it, and we have not spoken of this prior, this isn't a bit or anything, this is just 100% off the cuff. Once I tell you, it's going to upset you as well. So, MLB.com posted on their socials earlier today the three main players for Team Israel. And it's Garrett Stubbs, another guy, and another guy. But yeah, neither here nor there. It's not important who's playing for him. Every single comment was hate towards Israel. I'm not making this political. I am not making this anything more than it is. All the hate towards Israel in the comments was also being directed to players, stating that the players are horrible people and that they are part of the problem. They're leading towards political turmoil. I'm really, really making this as PC as I can because there were a lot of words that I shouldn't say. And if this were a political discussion, absolutely I would say these words are disgusting to use towards people who play a sport. They're playing for a country that asks them to play. They're not part of the problem. They're not the ones who are causing political turmoil in the world whatsoever. These people put on high socks and cleats. They don't put on bulletproof vests. Shut the hell up and have respect for people. Absolutely disgusting. There's people out there that do this just for shits and giggles. Disgusting. I know I made a Hebrew national joke about Team Israel. That's just low hanging fruit. That's an easy joke. To kosher hot dog. To say that these people are part of the problem because they're playing for a team. Shut up. Shut up and go to hell. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Personally, I apologize on behalf of the human race for the players that do see that. And if you don't, good. Ignore it. Don't even consider looking at it. It's disgusting. Jay, you take it away and hopefully you put us on a positive note.
I can certainly give us a couple positives. Just a couple things. New episode of Behind the Seams is on the way. I know Z is getting it edited, I think, tomorrow. So I should have it tomorrow, but we're probably looking at like a Sunday upload. Very good episode, I think. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it does. Not going to give away the player. There have been a couple hints in comment sections of old Behind the Seams if you really want to go digging for it. Be my guest. And little fun fact here, because I thought this was genuinely kind of funny to see. 2009 to 2011. We're going back some. 2009, Matt Kemp was a Gold Glover.
Of course.
2011, he was a Gold Glover. The reason I skipped over 2010 was because Matt Kemp had negative 37 defensive runs saved. That is awful. Like, that is
I'm sorry, what?
terrible. He had negative 37 defensive runs saved. Like, that is
Was he in a
bottom
wheelchair?
tier. Somebody pointed out that in 2010, Matt Kemp was dating Rihanna. Someone said, if I was Matt Kemp in 2010 and was dating Rihanna, I probably wouldn't give a shit about my defense either. If you're a baseball player and for some reason ASAP Rocky and Rihanna divorce, I think they're married at this point, just know that your defensive metrics are going to take a stellar hit. And it might be a good idea to just stay away for the safety of your own career.
Holy, I was thinking he was Kenny from Backyard Baseball in a wheelchair out in the field. I didn't even think that it would be his love life. Damn, dude.
It's just crazy. You win a Gold Glove in 2009, people are like, damn, he's a good defender. And then you have a negative 37 DRS in 2010, and people are like, oh, he's actually kind of. And then you win another Gold Glove in 2011. It's like, what happened? What happened in 2010? How is that a thing?
Was there a cardboard cutout of you and left? Like, were you a scarecrow? Like, what the hell happened?
Like absolutely insane to see that. And I want to take a closer look at it because that is kind of funny.
I want to know if that's the worst, like, drop off after a Gold Glove. And then you win one the following year.
I truthfully can't imagine that there's anyone else in that category. It's got to be just Matt Kemp, and that's it.
Dude,
there's no way there's another player there.
This is one of those things where you need like a John Boy Media staff of like 11 people going through history of all the people who have won Gold Gloves 2 out of 3 years, and then you have to find that middle year where it's like, what the hell happened?
Like, that is just purely insane statistics, and obviously shout out Matt Kemp.
Did Mickey Mantle have a really bad year when he was dating Marilyn Monroe?
Maybe. I mean,
that's the only other player I know that banged a celebrity. I mean, it's happened.
Guys are slapping ass and taking hits on their defensive metrics.
I mean, like, for real though, like, real quick, Derek Jeter's defense always sucked. So, I mean, he banged nothing but models.
I mean, dude, he was with Mariah Carey for a little bit, and honestly, probably his worst defensive years if we really went to.
It might be because he's like, dude, there's like this ringing in my ear and I can't get it out. There's this ring in my ear and I can't get it out.
For the sake of just looking. So he won 5 Gold Gloves. He won them. Oh my God. He won them all late in his career. He won in 04, 05, 06, 09, and 2010. My man, ownership got on there like, dude, can you just pick one and stay with it? Because what are these defensive metrics? He's like, all right, I'm sorry, I get it, I understand.
Listen, it's almost October, and then Mariah's practicing for next month. Relax.
There's definitely a lot to think about in a player's defensive metrics and who he's with at the time. And it's definitely worth looking into, like, some of MLB's best couples and just being like, yeah, but how were his defensive metrics that year? You know what? That's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and make a video on MLB couples and how their love lives have affected their defensive metrics.
This is so stupid. I love it.
That's going to be the infield media video that I think really, really puts it over the top.
All right, so do you think Jeter's best year was with Jessica Alba, or Jennifer, or Jessica Biel? That's my 2 favorites out of his lineup.
I don't know, man. 90s Mariah Carey was something else. And she had that song Fantasy, dude. Yeah, Fantasy's undefeated. I'll sing that for karaoke.
All right, nerd.
We are treading in the shark infested waters with this. There's
Yeah.
so much. There's so much untapped potential. I want to make a follow-up comment on that, but I'm not going to. But to finish it, thank you guys very much for tuning into the podcast and the episodes of Behind the Scenes. Trying to get a couple people on for infield media interviews, taking a little bit of time. Unfortunately, with spring training starting up, it's a little harder for people to make time for it. But it'll be back up and running in no time. But once again, thank you guys for all the support. Love you guys always. And actually, something to celebrate. We hit 5K subscribers on YouTube. Shout out to the K people who have subscribed. It means an absolute ton. Richie, any final words?
Thank you for 5K. That's amazing. We love you guys. That's greatly appreciated. Jay, play us out.
It's been a pleasure, but Z, I need you to do me a favor, baby. Hit that music. It's time to get the hell on out of here. Peace.